Hello students, as the exams are approaching, a large number of students are having this issue that how to ensure that we remain focused, our attention does not get diluted, we do not get distracted, and this is causing a lot of trouble to a large number of students. So let's talk about this in this video. So students, what happens is as the exams come closer, most of the students start feeling anxiety to some extent or other, but everybody feels anxiety. And what happens is with anxiety comes the anxious thoughts. So you must have experienced that thoughts like whether my preparation is good enough or not, whether others are doing better than me or not, would I be able to get a good rank, would I be able to get a specialty of my choice, would I be able to get the college of my choice. All these thoughts start coming in the mind. And what happens is once a thought comes, it has its own trajectory. What do I mean by that? Say the first thought came that would I be able to get a good rank or not? And the second thought which follows the first thought is if I do not get a good rank, all my friends would go into good colleges, I would be left behind. And then the third thought comes that if everybody gets into a good college, into a good branch of their choice, and I am left behind, I would be left with no friends. Everybody would laugh at me. What would how would I show my face to my parents? So what happens is from one thought, the second thought, the third thought, a chain of thoughts gets built. And you get lost in the chain of thoughts. And it's not only the chain of thoughts which is troubling, the associated emotions are also troubling. The moment you get this thought that what if I do not get selected? And what will happen if I get left behind? How will I show my face to my parents? By the end of this chain of thought, rather than feeling motivated, you are feeling really bad, really demotivated, and the energy has been sapped out of you. So this anxiety or anxious chain of thoughts cause a lot of harm. And the brute reality is that nobody amongst us is immune, totally immune of these thoughts. So we have to find ways of handling these thoughts. And that is the only way of ensuring that you remain focused and you do not get distracted. So we can do a couple of things. The first and the foremost is the deeper you go into this chain of thoughts, the difficult it becomes to snap out of it. So if you can nip it in the bud, if you can stop it in the beginning itself, that would be a great way of handling it. So for example, say you start having this thought that what if I do not get a good rank, or what if I do not get the branch of my choice. The moment you get this thought, you cannot stop this thought, but the moment you get this thought, you can say this thing to yourself that look, I'm again getting trapped into this chain of thoughts and this has always worked against me. I would not get trapped again, I would stop it. So nipping it in the bud, stopping it before it becomes more deeper, telling yourself that I would not get trapped into it. This is one of the things that works the best. Stop the chain in the beginning itself. So sometimes just saying that stop to yourself works, and sometimes some physical action like making a sound like this, or just hitting yourself on the wrist, flicking yourself on the wrist. All these things can work. So you are having the thought, the chain of thought is starting. You first of all identify it, that look, again that chain of thought is starting. Second step, you tell yourself that you would not get trapped into it, and third step, either you say stop, or you make a noise, or you just flick yourself. So this is the first way of stopping this chain of thoughts. You would not be able to stop yourself every single time. It is inhumane. It is not possible. So the second thing that you can do is you should be able to respond to these thoughts in a proper manner. So say you are stuck in one of these thoughts, and you are having all these negative thoughts that what would happen if I do not get a rank, what would happen if I do not get a branch. If you can respond to yourself in a proper way, a positive way and a logical way, again the bad impact of that thought would get mitigated. For example, you are having all these negative thoughts and you tell yourself that look, these are just the anxiety-provoking thoughts, everybody gets them, and I would not give much importance to these thoughts. They are just a product of my mind, they may not be representing the reality. So you are having negative thoughts which would bring your mood down. You respond to that in a positive way, that look, this is just a anxiety thought, I would not accept it, it is not correct, and I would not get bogged down because of that thought. So positive self-talk, replying yourself to in a positive but logical way, right? That also helps you a lot in ensuring that you do not get demotivated and your mood does not get worsened. And the third thing that you can do, apart from stopping the chain of thoughts and responding to yourself positively, the third thing is you can minimize the conditions in which all these uncertainties grow. For example, as the exams come closer, this question whether to appear for the grand test or the mock test or not becomes very significant. The advantage of appearing in a grand test or mock test is you get a very crucial experience. You get used to sitting for 3.5 hours or 3 hours, and that experience is actually important. You learn how to time yourself properly. The con of it is, the risk of it is that say you do not perform well in a grand test. Even if it is just by sheer stroke of luck, just by sheer coincidence, if you do not perform well in a grand test, that might hit your confidence a lot. And again, that may lead to wastage of a lot of time. And that time might end up being very crucial as far as your final scores are concerned. So what I personally have been suggesting students all these years is, as you grow closer, as we go closer to the final examination, taking grand test may not be that great an idea. We should not be doing anything that may disturb our peace of mind or that may disturb the smoothness of our preparation. So in the last 20 days, 25 days, 15 days, I would suggest that refrain from taking grand tests or mock tests. If at all you want to have some amount of practice, do not do the timed test, or rather I should say, do not compete with other students. You can sit at your own place and attempt all those questions in one go. That will give you important practice, but by not pitting you against other students, at least you would be safe from that possibility of getting anxious if the results do not go your way. So these three things may help you a lot in ensuring that you remain calm in these last few days. And it is extremely important to remain calm because these are the days of high yield preparation. These are the times when you should be completely focused. We do not really have the luxury of thinking this thing or that thing. We have to have that laser focus. That said, please do not get too troubled if a day does not go according to you, or if on a particular day you are not able to get that much output. It happens with everybody. We should aim for focus. We should aim for maximum productivity, while keeping that thing in the mind that it is not always possible. So if there are bad days, let's not panic about those. So I hope this was useful. As I always say that entrance examinations are not only about the knowledge, they're also as much about how you handle the stress, how you handle these last few important days. And I hope you stay strong. I hope you continue with your struggle for a good rank, and I hope you get what you have always wanted. God bless you.